for a second to see if there's any new statements here from the National Weather Service. But what's more important here is that if you're in this area, you need to move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you're outdoors in a mobile home or for some folks that may be in a vehicle, go ahead, give them a call, let them know what's going on. Always the lower area of your home, always going to be the safest place. If you don't have a basement, then of course get to an interior room away from any windows and doors. This is a look at the velocity. It basically shows us the winds coming toward the radar, going away from the radar, and that's why National Weather Service here looking at this spot as we go from some of the shadings of green to red, where there could potentially be some high winds coming down. So again, this is touching on this area right down 15 around the Luckett's area, right straight down 15 and east of Waterford. Mark, go ahead and kind of put this in the middle of the screen so that we can see a little more of the broader view of where this is in Loudoun County. And just extend out a little more so we can get a bit of a wider view. Again, you can see this is Loudoun County, so it really is the eastern portion of Loudoun County, just about ready to move into northwestern Montgomery County. This is radar indicated. We don't have any reports yet from any emergency folks out there of a tornado actually on the ground. But again, this is what we're seeing here of what we're seeing based on radar. Scott?
Yeah. VJ, when you have warnings like this, I know you said that there's a lot of evidence there could be tornadoes, and you've got, I think, did you say that storm's moving at about 35 miles per hour to the east? Is that how fast? Is that fast or slow for a storm like this?
It really is slow, and it's moving at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. It actually is slow, but that's the storm motion. So it could be putting out some wind with the storm motion, and that's not extremely great. It's all about the winds that are coming down to the ground. Earlier, I mentioned that with this storm system and the profile that we have with the atmosphere today, we've got a cold front that's moving in. Of course, we've got a lot of moisture in the air. That's kind of fuel for some of these storms, but more importantly, the winds at the surface coming out of the southwest, and then aloft, it's more of a southerly wind. So that's kind of cross winds that allow a little bit of rotation to get going as we make our way from the surface all the way aloft. And right there is where we're seeing the bigger part of that notch right there around Leesburg, coming into areas of 15, probably some rainfall rates there, fairly high. Downpours occurring. I mean, if you're in this area, eastern Loudoun County, even western Montgomery County, I'd stay put. I mean, now's not really the time to get on the road either. Probably some very low visibility taking place. And
yeah. Hey, VJ, just a quick question for you. You touched on it. What is it that is the most important advice for people who may be in that kind of direction or that path? You're always telling people what to do when they have this severe weather. What should they keep in mind right now?
Keep in mind, treat this, again, even though it hasn't been confirmed on the ground, you want to treat it that way. And that means staying away from windows indoors, getting to the interior part of your home, the basement if you have it. Again, with this particular system, the winds could be great enough where we do get that damage taking place. We've got a Leesburg live shot here to show you of what some of the winds are doing in the area right now. And boy, again, you know, I mentioned the rainfall rates. And Mark, at the same time, let's go ahead and take a look at what some of those rainfall rates are. And we also want to take a look, that's Leesburg, Virginia there, where you're seeing the rain really coming down hard. So that's the thing about these storms this time of the year. This is your second severe weather season. As we go from summer to fall, it's the hot air trying to get out, the cooler air trying to get in. And that is, again, your second severe weather season that comes after what we have, of course, at the early part of the year here. You've got rainfall rates now showing up just under 3 inches per hour, and that's everywhere from Leesburg right up to the north. Folks, that is some blinding rain right there, again, and some wind. So wind-driven rain with this particular cell. Again, this expires at 6:30 p.m. this evening. Your tornado warning for eastern Loudoun County. That may be issued too for my friends in western Montgomery County. We're going to widen out a little bit and take a look at the warning once again, Scott, to give folks some perspective as to how long this is going to stay up, your tornado warning, and for some of the communities that will be impacted.
Yeah, important, obviously, what VJ's talking to us about. I'm going to give her a second here as she talks to her colleagues, Mark Pena, here in the Weather Center to discuss what we need to inform you on. And we had been telling you ever since yesterday that we could see some severe weather
Yes.
today. VJ staying on top of it.
Right.
VJ, did we think that tornadoes might be part of this process?
We did. It's the reason why last night I went with the storm alert. Again, just looking at where some of the crosswinds were going to be from the surface on up. National Weather Service now just expiring that tornado warning, but still there could be a lot of wind with this cell, so it's starting to fall apart just a little bit. A lot of wind, a lot of rain still with this cell, so keep that in mind. Again, just expired for eastern Loudoun County. We're back right after this break.